folks, welcome to a surprise edition of ERB Explained. Today we're doing Master Chief versus Leonidas. Now this is coming as a special request from XPanda17. If you guys want to see us do a reaction or an explanation on anything, go ahead and put it in the comments below and we will get to it as soon as we can. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so saying that petty officer is a type of officer in the Navy, or in this case, I guess Marines. I'm truthfully not a huge Halo guy, so I'm guessing he's like some kind of space marine or something from what he said. First of all, it's obviously got the petty thing in there. Oh, you're petty, whatever, you know. But petty officer is different from a commissioned officer in the fact that they didn't go through the academy in order to get their rank. Normally an officer has to go through the academy in order to become an officer, but a petty officer is given it through expertise and is considered a slightly off branch of the officer system. So
the biggest mistake that you've ever made. I'll toss you like a frag grenade. I'll stop you in the face with my sandals and rage, and tonight we shall ride in the shade.
Okay, so obviously a lot of that is just reference to Halo, you know, talks like a frag grenade, and the fact that he's wearing sandals. Okay, I'd like tonight we shall rhyme in the shade, though. That is great. A lot of people don't realize that when it comes to the movie 300, because that's their only real exposure to the 300 Spartans in the Battle of Thermopylae, is that a lot of the most comic book lines in that entire movie, the ones like, you know, our arrows will blot out the sun, good, then we shall fight in the shade, you know, Spartans, lay down your weapons, you know, Persians, come and take them, Molan Labe. All of those come from the historical record that was written about the Battle of Thermopylae. How much of that is actually happened and how much of that was just embellishment? Yeah, okay, but still, there actually comes from the source material and not from the script. So, and this is one of those. I just like that.
You puny fans of fat nerd, a computer, jerking up the games, giving themselves first-person shooter.
I like that. That's funny. That's funny. Come on, you know that's funny.
Your armor's hard, but my abs are harder. You're in my hood now, Chief. This is Sparta.
Obviously, just a bunch of references to the movie and everything. That's the one thing about this, is that it went really hard. On the 300 movie as opposed to the actual story of the 300. And I can understand it because they're both pop culture, but anyways, a lot of this. Now, admittedly, he didn't. The kicking him down the well thing, I think that was for the movie. I believe the story is simply that he sent the messenger's head back, which he did in the movie too, but I don't think he ever kicked him down the well. I think he just killed him. But anyways.
Fast, Cortana says you're Greek, so why don't you stick these lyrics up your ass?
So for those of y'all who don't know, Cortana is the computer AI that goes and runs, that does everything for Master Chief and everything. And it's also the computer AI. I think it's a computer AI. It might actually be a person in the video game, but it's also the virtual assistant that was used on Microsoft Windows devices. I think it's still there. No one uses it. Let's face the facts. As for the Greek thing, go look that up on Urban Dictionary. Okay.
Step of the monument to my sins. You're the soldier that needs you to be. Ain't no way that you could beat me. Even my initials spell MC.
Okay, so you could see all of that, you know, that he's the, you know, everyone's seen the movie, I'm hoping, and everyone's familiar with the game. So a lot of these are kind of surface ones. They're not really super in-depth. They're just more references to the stuff that's going on. Master Chief's, NC's initials. You know, Leonidas was the soldier they needed at the time they needed him and all that good stuff. So, I mean, that's the one thing I have about this battle, is that so much of it is surface. It's not a whole bunch of in-depth stuff that you can drill down into.
While you and your companions were all camping in a canyon, took a camping to your house and killed your queen, my plasma cannon.
Once again, that's still a lot about That's still a lot of movie references and such. I mean, I guess technically there was still a queen waiting back at Sparta, but the fact is that no one expected Leonidas to come home, including Leonidas. They went in there knowing it was a suicide mission. So
They should have thrown your rhymes over the cliff because they're sickly.
okay, so this was referenced in the movie, but it was also historical fact. In Sparta, when they would go and a child would be born, they would take it to an elder or whatever, and they would look at the child and they would see if it was a healthy child or a sickly child. And if it was a sickly child, they would take it to a cliff and they would just throw it off. They were pretty brutal back then. I mean, there's a reason that, the Spartans were an incredible fighting force, not exactly known for their sensitivity and touchy-feeliness.
You will not enjoy this, but it will be over quickly.
So that's a quote from the movie again, right before. Oh, I'm blanking on her name, but the Spartan queen's is raped. That's what the bad guy says to her.
I've been better battles with my
No, he said it wouldn't be over quickly. I'm sorry. I'd have to rewatch the movie. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Anyways, and once again, this is another reference to the
six-year-old
movie.
son. I don't need firepower when I'm rocking these guns. I'm Kane. You're sleeping in a freezer in outer space. I look you in the eyes. We get too much of a bitch to show your face.
So this is a reference to the fact that in the Halo games, Master Chief, I just still don't think he's ever shown his face. Like I said, not a huge Halo guy, so I haven't played all the games and everything, but
Got a bad case of no shirt there, Fabio Flintstone. Your whole
That's
plan
a-
got messed up
that's
by
a funny line.
hunchback with Down syndrome.
Okay, so that's an interesting one. The in the movie you had the traitor be hunchbacked and he was deformed and everything else. Uh, from what we could tell from the historical records as they exist, he was just a shepherd. He was just a guy. He didn't try to join the Spartans and was turned down. He wasn't deformed who lived through being thrown off, or his father saved him from being thrown off a cliff or anything else. He was just a guy. That's all. So,
All 300 asses need a kicking. Get more teabags than Lipton. So watch and quit your bitching. My trigger fingers itching. Oh, whoa!
the tea bags and Lipton is pretty funny because if you guys know about in video games, they'll sit there and they will shoot you, kill you, and then stand over your body, and they'll duck and stand up and duck and stand up. And if you don't know what teabag is, go to Urban Dictionary. All right, folks, that's pretty much it for this battle. There's not a whole bunch of in-depth stuff here, but I wanted to get it because one, it was requested, and two, I'm a huge fan of the story of the 300 at the gates of Thermopylae. It was a great thing. Read the actual history. The movie 300 is great. It's friggin' phenomenal. But read the actual history. And in my opinion, it's in some ways better because you don't have the mutant elephants and the guys who with bone blades for arms, sitting there and fighting. It's just a battle of some guys, more than 300, yes, but there was a battle of some guys sitting there fighting overwhelming odds for days on end and sitting there and gutting through it on pure just willpower. It's a great story. Go look at the actual history. Don't watch 300 because it's a great movie, but go read the actual history. You have to. All right, folks, that's pretty much it for today. Once again, don't forget, like, subscribe, and comment below if there's anything you want to see us do. Thanks a lot. Have a good rest of the day.